Well, okay, I kind of like to bring it to your attention when I find things that I think are worth owning or that pique my curiosity, such as the Bowman handles. You know, I went in town the other day and I did buy another pile of Bowman handles just to have them on hand because, I think they're a very good handle at a very good price. Now, a thing that I run across, a lot of times when I'm poking around on eBay, I'll buy something and then I'll look and see what else the same person is selling and kind of get an idea. And I come across these things, which, they have an intended purpose, but I actually have a different purpose in mind for them. But they is a tray for carrying a chainsaw. Made by a company called Archer. I think they're out of St. Paul. That's where these were shipped from anyway. They were sold on eBay. The seller name is ArcherPlus. But I think they're, if I remember right, they're like 19 or under 20 bucks. But it's a plastic tray that your chainsaw can fit in. Now, the idea, and then there's a bungee cord that goes over, hooks on this side. The idea for them was so that when they sit in your truck, now see here I'm going to have to modify because my grabber, but that's easy enough to cut that down a little bit to get it to fit. If you ever see, like, you go into somebody's garage and their chainsaw is sitting on the floor with a pool of oil around it, that kind of thing. So carrying them in a truck or even just sitting on the shelf in the garage, they would prevent that oil stain being left. Because they all tend to do that, they'll get oil up in the bar chain and then when it sits, pressure in the tank will leak a little down. Now my intention, I bought 2 of them, just because when I find something interesting, I tend to do that, buy multiples. But my intention isn't so much to use them like that, though they would work good for that, carrying in the back of a truck or sitting in the garage, that kind of thing. But what I was thinking was more, I always have trouble carrying a saw on the tractor. And, I can throw it in the bucket, but then you always risk that, okay, bounce out of the bucket, run it over before you know it, So I kind of hate to do that. So I've been taking to kind of carrying it on the hood, because there isn't a lot of foot space in there, especially for something that big. But when I put it on the hood, then I have to take and, I sit sideways on the hood and I strap it to the air cleaner, but even then it's a little shifty, but at least you can kind of keep an eye on it. But I thought it would work good. 3/4-inch bolts through this with big washers on them down into, through the hood. And then I think I would be able to set the chainsaw in there, snap that bungee over it, and it'd be pretty secure. The only thing I would have to put a drain hole someplace, because like when it rains or for oil or water or anything that gets to drain out. And I'm not sure, that one was, like I say, pretty tight for my 55. I don't know if this one's even going to fit in there. Okay, I'm the same kind of a real snug fit, but I'll have to, the chain catcher hooks, so I'll have to cut a little bit of a slot for that. But by God, then she fits like a glove. Yeah, that'll work very well. It'll hold it securely. Because you don't want it, by the time you could stop the tractor, you'd have squashed hundreds of dollars worth of chainsaw into the ground. Oh man, that'll work excellent. I just got to cut, It's just that there's a little chain catcher. Cut a little bit down there and I'll be in good shape. She won't move then. So not a bad deal. I like that. Well, that's the deal. I'll put the name of the seller in the description. You know, nothing fancy, but kind of a specialized item. This Archer seems to be a lot of lawn, garden, chainsaw kind of stuff, you know. But I had never seen these before, and I like it. I think that's it's pretty heavy plastic. It is just plastic. I would prefer it was of that like rubberized material. But it is just a plain plastic, but it should withstand, you know, the oil and gas kind of situation. But I think by putting, like I said, 1/4 inch bolts with flash washers through here, here, and here, so the bungee cord doesn't distort it, I think that baby will lock down. And it's got a good knob where that bungee cord flaps over. Yeah, I think that'll clear my problem. Might work good on, a guy could rig up a mount for on a rack or on the back of an ATV too. Probably very easy to do. But like I say, even for the, you know, garage sitting kind of thing, might be the answer. Because I can't, I've seen so many times I go into somebody's garage and their chances are sitting there in a puddle of oil. Well, that would cure that. And for those people who are finicky about the bed of their trucks, me not so much. I figure, you know, the most it's going to do is preserve it. But some people are pretty finicky, and I think this might be good for the finicky people. I think they have a pretty good deal. Like I say, a little modifying, but not that much.